Welcome back to Fab Automotive Detailing and Tool Reviews. In this video, it's going to be a quick video today. I want to show you guys kind of behind the scenes of how shipping is done when using Shopify. Let's do it. Since I started the website, I have had some comments in the past about my shipping being too expensive. I try to explain to people that I have nothing to do with shipping prices. If I was to call UPS or USPS and say, okay, I have this size package, here's what I want to pay, they're gonna laugh at me. It has nothing to do with that. When you are on my website, which is through Shopify, and you put all your items in the cart, then you put your address in, it calculates your shipping. I'm not behind the scenes calculating your shipping. That is USPS and UPS. They calculate the weight and the size of the box, and that's how much you're going to pay to have it shipped. Depending on where you live, it's going to be more expensive. If you're closer to me, which I'm in just outside Indianapolis, it's going to be a little bit cheaper. But I had a viewer on my Diamond Clear video last night, actually, mentioned something, and I'm going to paraphrase, but basically saying I was going to buy your product until I saw the price of shipping. How can you be making so much money on your shipping? I'm thinking, and I responded back, I'm like, I'm not making anything on shipping. I make money on the product. I don't make anything on shipping, because when you put your stuff in the cart and you pay for the shipping, that's basically what I am paying for shipping. A lot of times, like just for instance, my Fab Freedom coating kit, when I ship that out, I ship that in a 6x6x12 box. Usually, and I always try to ship it out UPS because of the insurance when it comes to that. But what usually happens is somebody will pay $6 or $7 to have it shipped, and then I go in, I put the weight in and the box and everything on Shopify when I've got it ready to fulfill, and it's costing me $8 or $9 to ship it, or sometimes $10. I'm losing $3 or $4. Or sometimes somebody orders just a microfiber applicator and it just goes in one of those envelopes, and they might pay $6 for shipping. And when I put it all in there, I might pay $5.50 for shipping. I'm making a few cents on stuff like that. But what happens is many times people order gallons of stuff, and I put in a 12x12 box, and they pay $25 to ship it to California, and I put it in there and it cost me $45 to ship it to California. But I honor my customers, and I will not ship it because of the shipping price. But when you start losing money as a business, that's when you go out of business. So it's kind of hard sometimes, but it usually evens out. But for me, I kind of take it personal when somebody says, how can you be making so much money on shipping? I'm not making crap on shipping. This is actually, and I'm not going to say the guy's name out of respect, because I do respect my viewers. I do respect his comment, but I want to kind of show you guys what he was talking about. So I did go ahead and I marked out his name and his address and all that stuff, because I can go to your abandoned checkouts on Shopify, which I'll show you guys. Well, actually, I probably won't, because it's going to get people's information. But I can go to your abandoned checkout. Every abandoned checkout I can click on it and I can see what people put in their cart, how much shipping was going to cost them, and try to figure out, why did somebody abandon that checkout? And I try to figure that out. So this is his abandoned checkout. I'm going to show you guys right here. So he wanted to get 2 Diamond Clears. They're $6.50 a piece, basically, times 2 is $12.98. What they do, Ground Advantage, which is USPS, they figured it was going to be 4.32 pounds, is what they figured it was going to be. That's not me. That's not Brian saying, okay, it's going to be 4.32 pounds with the box to ship it. What happens is when I put Diamond Clear into Shopify, when I put it in there, I weigh it on my scale, and then I put the weight into Shopify. That way, every item on my website is pre-weighed. So when you put it in the cart, they know, they add up. The soap weighs this much, the Diamond Clear weighs this much, the brushes weigh this much, and then it calculates it all, and then it gives you a rate. This guy's in Washington, so I'm all the way on almost the East Coast, and you're all the way in Washington. Shipping to the West Coast for anybody out here is absolutely crazy expensive. There's nothing that I can do about that. But let me show you guys on the computer how I choose my shipping. Okay, so this is about the best view that I can give you guys. But what I want to do, I want to go down over here and I want to go to settings, and I want to show you guys how I choose the shipping when I set up the website. So right here, this is the back room of Shopify, as you may call it. So you can check your billing, your shipping, taxes and duties, locations, domains, customer events, blah, 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 all that stuff. But if you go to shipping and delivery, okay, so I have 2 locations in 2 zones, and basically what you do right here, USPS 10 out of 10 services, what I do is I click on this, and all I do is choose what I want to offer. That's it. There's no adding prices. Yeah, I just click it off. Bam, it's gone. I can't offer that no more, but I want to offer that, obviously. UPS, click on here. I'm offering 14 services on UPS, and that's it. I can't go in and change prices. I can't make up prices for certain packages, for certain carriers, you know, and all that good stuff. So I don't like being told by people that are being accused of making money on something that I'm not making money on, because that's just ridiculous. And I feel like I need to put that out there, because there's other websites, even in the detailing community, that I'm sure have been told the same thing. Your shipping's too high, and there's nothing we can do about that. We cannot control shipping or gas prices, because gas prices are normally what changes your shipping costs. And just in general, shipping just seems to be going up all the time. I'll put this here because I don't want anybody's information getting out. You come over here, and where it says orders, you click orders. Now, I have drafts, which people have started to make a cart but didn't finish it. I can do shipping labels. I can check on my shipping labels and make them or void them. Or I can click abandon checkouts. And what this screen does, let me just see something here really quick. Okay, there you go. I'll just do that, so it doesn't give anybody's names. So it shows you if you've recovered the cart, which means it sends an email that says, hey, you left something in the cart. We've all gotten emails like that. But then it also shows the totals that were in the cart. I can go in and I can look at it and I can try to figure out why somebody would have possibly abandoned their cart. I can manually send an email, which I don't do. I don't like being bombarded emails personally, so I don't want to bombard you with emails. But that is how I found his abandoned cart, to see exactly how much he was looking at paying for shipping versus what he's paying for the products. And I understand his side of the situation. So that right there shows you guys how shipping is calculated, at least through Shopify, because that's the website that I use. How shipping is calculated and how it brings up the rates for you guys personally. It has nothing to do with me in the background watching you put your order in and be like, okay, here's how much we're going to charge him for shipping. Here's how much we're going to charge her for shipping. No, I have nothing to do with it at all. It's all done through Shopify and UPS and USPS. I don't offer FedEx, and the reason I don't is because we don't have a FedEx here in town where I can just drop off to. And the other thing is, I've always had a problem with FedEx damaging packages personally. So I try to not use FedEx. So if it ever offers it to you, go with UPS or USPS. Or if you've ever made an order, you're like, hey man, I shipped that out USPS. Why did he send it to me UPS? Or I chose UPS, he sent it to me USPS. That's because the calculations were wrong. And when I put the box and the weight, now I overpack. I do that on purpose. I overpack because I want to make sure that you get your package undamaged, on time and undamaged, I should say. And I've got a really good success rate. I've maybe in the 3 years we've had the website now, I think I've had 5 packages returned damaged. That's it. I overpack. I package every single package, by the way, but I overpackage, and it might raise the rate just a little bit versus what you paid. But I may find that USPS is cheaper than what you chose of UPS, so I go with the USPS route, and that's why we do that. That'll explain it to some people that wonder why they got a different shipping carrier than what they actually chose at checkout. But I want people to understand and know that we're not making any money on shipping, so we can just leave that right there. And I thought this video was kind of important to do. Now I'm going to go on a little bit of a rant here because I'm gonna put something else in this video that you may not be expecting. When I go to Walmart, just picking a store, when I go to Walmart and I see a price on a shelf, I either choose to buy the product because of the price, or I choose not to because of the price. I don't walk that product up to the counter and say, hey, I want to buy this for 20% off, or hey, I want to buy this for, it's $10 on the shelf, but I'll give you $5 for it. You can't barter with Walmart. That is one thing that drives me nuts. Is I get a lot of emails with people saying, hey, I want to pay you this much. Or you get a doctor that you know they got money. And I don't mean it in a bad way. I'm just saying most likely doctors do have money. And they're like, well, I want to buy some stuff off you, but I'm going to wait till you have a big sale or until you have 20% off. Or hey, if I buy an entire case, will you give me a discount? I'm like, that drives me nuts because I have never in my life called a company and asked for a discount or asked for money off or gone to the doctor and said, hey, doctor, I know this was a $900 visit, but I'm going to give you $500 for it. Or go to Walmart once again and barter. I get people doing that to me all the time. Look, I get it. I want to save money just as much as anybody else. I do. But I don't stay in business when I start giving discounts to people just because they call and say, hey, I don't want to pay this for that. I want to pay this for that. I was in a dealership the other day in the parts department, and a lady came in and she was wanting to buy a Yeti mug. It was a really cool mug. And they told her that it was like $50. And she goes, well, I want to pay $40 for it. And the lady's like, well, no, it's $50. And she goes, well, I only want to pay $40. And the lady's like, behind the counter's like, okay, I'll do it for $45. And the lady's like, no, I want to give you $40 for it. And the lady's like, okay, fine, it's 42 something with tax. And I'm like, geez. And I just can't believe people have the audacity to do that, to go in and try to do that. If you're one of those people, I'm not talking bad about you. There's nothing wrong with you wanting to save money, but look at our side of it. Look at the person you're calling a small business. I am very small. We don't make millions of dollars here. This is a very small company. I'm not making a ton of money doing this. I'm making enough to survive, basically, but I'm enjoying it because I get to send you guys stuff that works really awesome at a really good price. So when people call me and want a discount, it just kind of, I don't really know the word that I'm looking for. It just kind of makes me feel taken advantage of, I guess. So that's why I don't do it. If you call me and ask me for a discount, I don't do it. I'll say, hey, look, we might be having a discount here soon on the website. Pay attention to this sale or whatever. But that's one thing about the website and on the truck, really. When I go to dealerships, they don't ask for a discount. But if I go to like a small shop, I've had people say, hey, look, we bought 3 cases of this off you. Give us a free case of this. I'm like, I cannot give you free products because I will go out of business if I give you free products. Or I had a guy one time say, he sent me to his buddy, and his buddy did spend some decent money with me. I think he spent like $200 or $300 at his shop with me the very first time I went in, which was awesome. He called me later that day and said, hey, I know my buddy bought this much stuff from you. What can I get from you for free as a way to say thank you? And I'm just like, I just say thank you. That's it. I would never ask anybody to do that for me. And I just think it's crazy that people do that. So that's kind of a little bit of a rant that has nothing to do with shipping, but it kind of has all kind of built up to one thing. Another thing I want to talk about, we are moving out of this location and we're going to be getting a new location that needs a lot of work. It's not going to have a shop, or you can't not come shop there. Basically, we don't have enough business here where I live to have a shop, and we're cutting our rent by more than half with this new place. It's basically a 3-car garage. I'm gonna be able to detail out of it. I'm gonna be able to inventory on the other side of it. I will be hopefully making videos on that in the future, but it's going to take a lot of work. Me and April, Mrs. Fab, and the kids, and hopefully the Hoof, hopefully the Hoof helps us and his son. We have a long 2 months ahead of us. It's going to go really fast, but it's going to feel like it's long, if that makes sense, because we have a lot of work to do. We got to get everything out of here. We got to get that shop prepared and ready to go. I want to say thank you guys so much for watching this video and checking it out. I know it's more of a rant video than anything else. It may not be helpful to you or anybody else, but I think that this was a needed video because there's other websites out there, and I've talked to other owners of other businesses that people complain about their shipping costs. And like, we can't not do anything about the shipping costs. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna make a video about it, screw it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, join the Fab family. We'd love to have you. We'll see you in the next video.